I'm Harold. I'm 83. I don't know why I'm speaking now, or why I feel the need to say this. Maybe it's because the room is quiet, or maybe because I can feel time slipping in ways I never noticed before. Most of my days are simple now. I sit by the window, sometimes staring at nothing, sometimes watching the world carry on without me. People call, they come by, but they have their own lives, their own conversations. And I just wait. I remember when I was younger, waiting felt different. There was always a purpose, or I convinced myself there was. I waited for letters, for phone calls that never came on time. I waited for mornings that held promises I didn't understand yet. There was a winter, I think I was 45, when I stood at the edge of the lake. Snow had fallen lightly, the kind that muffles sound. I waited for someone to arrive, someone I thought I needed to see, but no one came. I can still feel the cold in my boots. I can still hear the quiet, like it's stitched into my bones. I didn't leave. I waited. And later, I told myself I would go another day. That day never came either. Sometimes I think about the conversations I didn't have, the words I never said. There's a daughter I never called in her 20s because I thought she was too busy. And now she's older, with her own children. I wait for moments that won't exist anymore. I've had years to think about it, to replay it in my mind. Waiting has a weight. It's not heavy at first, but over time it settles in your chest, presses on your ribs, fills the spaces where life might have been. I remember a Sunday afternoon, maybe 10 years ago. I made tea, sat in my chair by the window, and stared at the garden. The roses were blooming. I wanted to call someone, anyone, but I didn't. Something in me thought it wasn't the right time, that there would be another Sunday, another moment. And there wasn't. There was a letter once. I found it years later, tucked in a drawer. I had meant to send it, meant to explain something that mattered, and I never did. I thought I'd have the courage tomorrow. Tomorrow came, and then the day after, and eventually the years. I can feel the shape of all the waiting in my body now. My knees ache, my hands tremble slightly, and I sit with the silence I helped create. It isn't loud. It's quiet, but it's present. Sometimes I imagine what it would have been like if I had said something, if I had moved differently, if I had reached out just once more. But I don't imagine it too long. There's a sharpness to the thought that makes me flinch. The truth is, it won't happen. That waiting I've carried all these years, it's for something that won't come. And maybe that's all there is to know. Maybe this is what it feels like to reach the end and realize some doors never open. Not because they were locked, but because I never turned the handle. It's strange to sit here and admit it, but I feel a little lighter for saying it aloud, even if no one hears it. If you want, you can sit with this with me for a moment. Think about your own silences, your own quiet waiting. Or not. It doesn't matter. I just needed to say it.